Hello everybody, Waldorf here, and I'm getting ready to head out to the Colonial Carnage III in Williamsburg, Virginia. It's a 9th Age tournament. I think there's a total between 35 and 40 players going to be here. Scenarios: Game 1 is a pitch battle deployment, capture the flags. Each player picks 3 scoring units with banners in his army. Capturing these banners is worth +1 bonus point at the end of the battle. If a player has less than 3 banners on a scoring unit, he or she then gives up the points automatically, so 2 banners on scoring units gives 1 bonus point automatically. It's just a basic scenario to force you to take banners. The interesting thing is both players can score the +3 bonus points in this one. But it is requiring 3 banners or you're giving up a point automatically. So Game 2 is a diagonal deployment. Take threat out. For each scoring unit you have in your opponent's deployment zone at the end of the game, you get +1 bonus point up to a maximum of 3. If you do not have 3 scoring units, then you have a problem, don't you? That's Todd, the guy. He's, again, really pushing banners in this one. And again, this is another one where both players can get the +3. Game 3, Blood and Tears, classic Blood and Glory game. Each scoring unit in your army is worth 1 point. Once you reach 3, you're broken. Scoring: the first player to break his opponent gets +2 bonus points. Second player gets +1, and if only one, he gets the +3. So this one's going to be a lot harder to get bonus points out of, but of course, again, stressing scoring units. Game 4 is Take the Hill. Each player places a token 15 from his left side and 15 from his table edge. Additional token is placed in the center of the table, and all those are going to be worth with the most tokens at the end of the game is worth +3 bonus points. If you're tied, you both gain +1. And of course, scoring units within 6, and you can only be, each scoring unit can only account for 1. And finally, Game 5, Charge the Artillery. Each player will place 3 artillery tokens on his side of the table and outside of his deployment zone, not within 12 inches of each other, and 4 inches away from impassable terrain. After artillery is placed, deploy the armies. Any non-fleeing enemy unit within 3 inches of one of these tokens during the game captures it. You can only capture your opponent's artillery and vice versa. At the end of the game, each captured artillery piece is worth +1 bonus. So another scenario where it's a +3 bonus, and there's really no reason to defend these that I can see, because you're giving your opponent +3 bonus points, but it's not hurting you at all. So, moving on, this will be my army list. I have a common orc warlord on a boar. He's got the ogre sword, he's got the armor of destiny, gem of dragonfire, and the potion of swiftness. Potion of swiftness gives me those 4 strength, if it's first round of combat, 4 strength 8 attacks really quick. Hopefully hurt something before it can hurt me. Forest Goblin King on Gargantula. He's also got the Flesh Render, the Lucky Shield, the Charm of the Cursed Icon. If you've seen any of my other battle reports, you know I love this model. A huge fan of the Gargantula. I don't like multiple Gargantulas in an army list. I just don't feel like I'm playing orcs and goblins if I'm running 2 or 3 of these things. But I do love them. The Spider's an awesome model, and it's a great piece in the game. That brings us to our my BSB. Common Goblin. Oops, I want to skip somebody. He is a Common Goblin Chief. He's on a wolf, of course, heavy armor, hero sword, hardened shield, banner of courage, and riding a wolf, as you can see. 2-up armor save, not bad. 4 attacks, strength 5. He puts out a little bit of a punch for what he is. Is a 115 point model. Really nice piece. I like this one a lot. I've been playing this guy for a couple weeks now. I really like this. This guy is my Common Goblin King on a wolf. He's got the Sword of Strength, Dragon Scale Helm, Dispel Scroll, and the Wizard's Hood. Again, another guy putting out 4 strength 5 attacks. Great little punch from this guy. He's a level 2 mage of a random lore. 2-up armor save, 108, a little pricey at 190 points, 188. But so far, like I said, the Wizarding Hood, I've been a big fan of that lately. Moving on to my Goblin level 2 Shaman on a wolf. He's got the Book of Arcane Power and the Pan of Protection Pension. If you don't know, the Pan of Protection Pension lets him use if he suffers a wound, he can use the armor, the ward, or even the magic resistance of the model that inflicted the wound on him. Kind of a neat little trick. And it's 15 points, so it's pretty awesome. Force Goblin Raiders, equipped with Musician, Light Lance, Throwing Weapons, and a Shield. Scout and Vanguard, really nice to get around at the beginning of the game. They can harass people, come back and be a War Machine Hunter. They can stay in the lines and be a Redirector. It's a really good unit. 10 shots. They're probably not going to wound much at all, but they're there and can harass people. Yep. Next we have the Feral Orc Ed Bashers. 22 with a full command, paired weapons. Born to fight, they're just orcs. They punch up. These guys pack a huge punch. 6 wide, that's 18 attacks from the front. Champion makes 19, another 6 from the guys behind him. 25 strength 5 attacks. So, it's initiative 3, not too shabby. If you manage to pair that with the Goblin spell, the Itching and Scratching, bring the opponent's initiative down. A lot of times you can go first. Great. I've had good success with this unit so far. It's a little small though, so we'll see. Then we have the Common Goblin Raiders, 8 full command. They have light bows, light lances, and shields. So they're 4-up armor for these guys. This is made for my mage bunker. As if you've seen any of my battle reports, I'll typically load it up with all 3 goblin characters, and it becomes a little mini Death Star, which I end up getting almost killed every game. I've been loving the unit. The usefulness of it, where it can jump around, it's great. Again, I just need to learn to keep it out of combat. And then we have the Common Common Orc Boar Riders. 7 of these guys. They have a champion, they have a banner, they do not have a musician, just shaving points. It's 150 points. I did give them the full lance and a shield, so they're 3-up armor. They hit fairly hard. They're hitting strength 6 on the charge. They start at strength 3, 2 for the lance, and then 1 for the Born to Fight. So, these guys can hit fairly hard for what they are, but mainly they're there to grab objectives. They're a scoring unit at 150 points, fairly resilient for what it is. Toughness 4 with a 3-up armor. Here we have my Cave Troll. Standard Cave Troll, 4-up armor, 4-up regen, and a 3 magic, MR3. At 63 points, this thing is a fantastic redirector. The negative, of course, is the stupidity, but at leadership 9, rerollable, it's usually not going to be a problem. Moving on, we have the Common Mounted Ed Bashers. 9 Boar Boys, heavy armor, lance, shield. These guys all hit at strength 7 on the charge. This is a really, really hard-hitting unit. They also have the Ironhide icon, which gives them the 5-up ward save versus any shooting attack at all. These guys have potential. They really haven't lived up to it yet, but we'll see what they can do in a 5-game tournament. Over here, there are 2 Get Launchers, both with bullies. People are kind of down on the Get Launchers. I still love them, still think they're great. They're fantastic. They hit less than they used to. They don't hit as hard as they used to. They only give a -4 armor save, so some guys will get an armor save from them, and they're down to D3 plus 1 instead of D6 attacks. But the accuracy of these things just really makes up for that. We have a Splatterer and 2 Skewerers. Splatterer has a Bully. The 2 Skewerers I've added to my list lately just to see how they do. So far they've been doing good. It's been fun to play with them. If nothing else, they set up on the flanks and make somebody go after them. And that's kind of it. That's all I got. I mean, there should be I'm not sure how I missed it, but there's supposed to be a unit of Nasher Dashers in there, but I did not see them. I must have missed them. Anyway, and on top of all that, there's a unit. There's one of them on the bottom corner. We've got a unit of 6 Nasher Dashers to round this out. Another fantastic unit with D3 impact hits for every 5 or portion thereof. So anyway, that's the list I'm taking. Those are the scenarios that's going on with this. So that's kind of why I have so many banners. Well, 3 scoring units. The common orcs are there for that. So anyway, I will be reporting back sometime next week or shortly thereafter to give you the results. Anyway, thanks for listening, and that's what I got coming up. Thanks.